Good morning and welcome to the Chartreuse Leprechaun. We're going to take a little bit of time again today and discuss, well, me. The Chartreuse Leprechaun is off doing whatever the Chartreuse Leprechaun is doing with his plans today, but I've had a couple of issues crop up that I felt like I needed to address, and so we're going to talk about why I do these videos. First thing we need to talk about is the medical, because I am under restrictions. No typing longer than 30 minutes. No lifting over 5 pounds. I've got a 20-pound dog sitting over here staring at me who's rather upset that I won't take her for walks. She's got a 17-pound sister that has the same complaint, but again, I can't do it. It's just too much weight. As far as violating the restrictions through the videos, no. I'm never typing more than 30 or 40 minutes at a shot. As a matter of fact, there's usually a break in these Subnautica videos so that I can make it through. But the one thing I would tell you right now, that again, this is not medical advice. I am not telling you what's okay, what's not okay. You take that up with your doctor. Your doctor, not me. So be careful to obey any restrictions or instructions your doctor gives you. So with that in mind, no, I'm not violating those restrictions. I'm very careful not to with, yeah, everybody does something stupid once in a while. You pick up, we've got chairs over here that are much heavier than 5 pounds, and I make the mistake of doing that, and I usually pay for it as the day goes on. Everybody does something stupid. You get to feeling okay, and you do more than you should. Yeah, it's terrible, but it happens. But I don't make a habit of it. So the problem with keyboarding, again, as always, is the left hand. Problems start within minutes. Major problems come 10, 20 minutes, 15, somewhere in that range. 30 is all I can make before, and you've heard me on the videos, before I start saying ow, or my voice starts getting rough because the pain and the discomfort and the nerve issues are cropping up. I guess the biggest reason that along these lines in terms of the restrictions is, how do I know if I'm getting better if I don't try? I have to try. Some of that is the exercises they gave me. And like I said, they've got me at 3 pounds, and it's a workout. And it's been 3 pounds for a couple of months, and that is frustrating for me. As you can tell from the shirt, I love hockey, and I miss it terribly, but I can't have anything to do with it. My arm, my shoulder, it just won't take it. So unfortunately, I have to do without, and that's just the nature of the situation. So in terms of the videos, you know what? I'm only using the left hand, and I have to know how I'm getting better. But I spent over a month preparing 3 weeks of videos to be ahead of the curve, and I'm already down to just around 2 weeks. So I've lost a week of that gap. I'm hoping I get better in time to keep this up, because otherwise we'll have to shut it down because I can't keep up with it. And if necessary, I will. I'm having a great time. I'm learning a lot. I am growing, which is one of the other reasons I did this. But I need to keep that gap so that I can have enough videos ahead of time so that if I do run into a problem and I have to stop doing everything, and yes, it's happened. I picked up one of the dogs one time and I couldn't do anything for 3 days. It happens. And you know, what about restrictions? What about the migraines? No, the migraines are not gone. I was hoping this surgery in the shoulder here, freeing up the nerves and stopping the negative nerve feedback and so forth, I was hoping that would help it, but it didn't. But I only discovered that by engaging my brain at the intensity level of the audio, the video edits, the planning, the scripting. Once I got into that, I started having the migraine issues again. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't know. So that's actually a good reason to keep doing videos. I mean, even the videos, even here, I've got everything written down because I can't type it out. It's not on the computer. It's on a piece of paper in front of me, right here. It's all my notes. This is page 2, by the way. That's page 2. So again, we come back to the videos. Why am I doing these videos? Well, there's 3 reasons. One, I want to challenge myself with something. I've never done this before. I don't know YouTube. I don't know audience appeal. I don't know any of that stuff. I'm learning, and it's fun. And the second one, like I said, if I'm improving physically and mentally, I need to know. And unless I do stuff, I don't know. And so far the typing has been a negative. I can't go very long without running into problems. I get random finger movements. I get most of the time there's no feeling in the tips of this finger and this thumb, occasionally this finger. The more I use them, the worse that gets, and it spreads throughout the back of the hand. The problems in your forearm and hand, you have three major nerves. You have the ulnar, the medial, and the radial. And right now, all my problems are in the radial and the medial. The ulnar, strangely enough, is not giving me any problems, and it used to. The bottom of this hand was numb for years. Go figure. But yeah, so I got to see if I'm doing better. And third, I need something to do. I haven't been able to work for almost 18 months now. And I'll tell you what, boredom sets in fast, and it's not fun. It really isn't. But you know what? This has been a heck of an experience. And I'm learning and growing, and I'm glad I got something to do. And hopefully I can keep it up. But the process, though, my process is really simple. I've got 3 programs that I use. Well, yeah, I've got the Xbox capture system in Windows. I've got Audacity for audio edits, and I've got Lightworks for video edits. So here's my process. I record. When I play Subnautica, I use both hands, and I can go 30 to 40 minutes, but only because I take long breaks in the middle. Without those breaks, I'd never make it. This war of mine, one hand, my right hand, just moving a mouse. That's all that plays. The editing, strangely enough, can all be done with one hand. I write the short stories. I write the scripts. I find the pictures. I paste the timelines. I do voiceovers. That's the whole process. And it's amazing how much of that doesn't require my left hand. So, again, I'm not violating restrictions. I'm not being my own doctor. And I don't want you to be either. So please, as you listen to me, you listen to your doctor. And you do what he says is okay. And when that happens, it'll be all right. In the end, eventually. Okay? So just hang in there with the process. It's not always easy. It's almost always frustrating. But in the end, it's worth it. Stay with the process. Stay with the process. When I was coaching youth ice hockey, I used to say, don't worry about fast. Worry about getting it right. If you get it right, fast will come. If all you worry about is fast, you're going to get it wrong, and you're going to be doing it worse over time. So make sure that you do it right to start with. And that's where I am. What are my restrictions? What can I do within those restrictions? Let's move on from there. So, with all that in mind, I hope I've encouraged you. I hope I have answered some questions. And I hope I've encouraged you more than anything else, because that's what I'm trying to do with all this. To let you know that there are things you can do despite your restrictions. Maybe it's not YouTube. Maybe it's crochet. Maybe it's decorating your house, hanging pictures. Maybe it's writing or dictating what's going on with you and your situation. I don't know. It could be anything. But don't let your situation stop you from doing what you can. And that's what these videos are all about, is me trying to find out what I can do within the limits of what I shouldn't do. And if you're there, go for it, man. You're doing good. You're fighting the good fight. And you'll make it through the other side. If you're not, stand up. Rise up and do so, because that's the way through. Otherwise, you end up a suicide statistic. Otherwise, you end up a depression statistic. Otherwise, you end up nowhere. And I don't want that for you, any more than I want it for me. For me, it was videos. For you, it could be making videos. It could be you just starting a channel where you talk through your problems. It could be you doing whatever you do. But don't let the circumstances and the situation drive you down. Don't let it be the end. It is not the end. So, with that in mind, my name is Mark. This is the Chartreuse Leprechaun channel. I appreciate you listening through this video. and I hope it encouraged you, and I hope you come back. We look forward to seeing you during the next episodes of Subnautica and This War of Mine, or whatever videos were on at the time when you first picked this up. So, God bless. We love y'all. We appreciate your time. You spend it with us, and that means something. So thank you once again. You have a great day. You have a great week.